Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week 3 of UCL Rainbow League. My name is Benny Hildeberg, Timid Tank, and I'll be shoutcasting the first game. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We've just finally got back into the game. If you don't know, if you're not familiar, this is the weekly in-house tournament run by UCLU E-sports Society. And in this tournament, we match up 2 teams, each with a diamond player, a platinum player, a gold player, a silver player, and a bronze or unranked player. So, well, a whole range of skill on one team. For those who play the games, each player will receive a point for participating and 2 points if their team wins. And over the course of the year, we're going to add up all the points and give out some pretty cool prizes to the winners, so it's well worth playing if you're not. Over the course of tonight, I believe we have 4 or 5 games, so it's becoming quite popular. Right, and champions are locked in. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with then. On the blue team, we have Gloider as support, taking the manly man Brown. We have T-Not on Ezreal, with running of the Ignite on Ezreal, so actually it's an Ezreal mid lane. That's going to be interesting. After that, we have Rice Warrior on the current 4.20 favourite Warwick. Absolute monster of the new patch, and we'll have to see how that one turns out. Next, Violento is running on Lucian, a standard AD carry, and Mapo Dofu on Malphite top. On the purple team, we have our very own Sarjan, the Might of Death, playing Thresh support, RJ Death Hunter on Lucian, that's a mirror lane for the Lucians, Uwada going for the unconventional pick of Nautilus top. We'll have to see how that one pans out. Isaacy, he's playing Jarvan in the jungle, and YOLO mode playing Akali in the mid lane. That may be quite a big mismatch against the Ezreal in her favour, so we'll have to again see how that one pans out.
No emotion cannot fight. Break down the walls and come out.
Hello and welcome back to UCL Rainbow League. My name is Benny and I will be doing the casting for the first game. As mentioned before, we've gone through the matchups, and as those of you can see the borders, well, it's Rainbow League. We've got diamonds, we've got plats, and we've got bronzies. Hopefully, everyone will be having a good time whilst also competing for the ever-important prizes that we have to offer. In addition, this week we have some Christmas cheer coming in, and UCLU E-sports are giving away a few extra toys. We're going to have 4 Soraka bananas and I believe a Poro plushie up in a random lucky draw. So for those of you who are playing in the 4 games tonight, good luck and I hope you win. Just waiting for the players to load in. I don't know which one's running off a toaster, but well, let's have a look at what I'm going to call the featured matchup. And I think the most important matchup in this game is going to be in the mid lane, in the platinum lane. T-Not on Ezreal versus versus Iolo mode on Akali. And well, that's quite a painful one for the Ezreal. Akali is able to jump on the Ezreal. He's not going to have an awful lot he can do. Yes, he's got his blink, but quite frankly, AP Ezreal is a sort of mid laner who doesn't deal so well with all engages. And here we go, game coming underway. For those of you not aware, we are in patch 420. This means that champions can't leave the pedestal yet. They get a bit of time, to buy their items and whatnot. And after which, they're able to run out with a movement speed boost. Frantic pinging from the purple team onto the Tribrush in bot lane. I wonder if the teams are going to meet there. Blue team actually collapsing there first, with Gloider and Brown leading the way. This could be a very interesting match. If blue team manage to get into the Tribrush first, whoa, we're going to have to see what's going to happen. Either he's going to go head first into the blue team. If Brown can get the passive off, nope, they've seen each other. A nervy start to the beginning of the game, and ultimately, well, they all go back to their regular positions.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's have a look at some of those starting items then. Well, there's not much to say really. Standard items on all Brown with the relic shield, very standard item. Thresh going for the ancient coin, not seen as much. I wonder if what Sargent's thinking with that. Maybe he's not as confident taking the last hits with the relic shield and thinks, I'll just go for the reliable gold. Ezreal in the mid lane, starting with the Doran's Blade. Maybe it'll be an AD Ezreal mid lane. And well, that caught me by surprise, and it may well catch Akali by surprise. Other than that, well, standard jungle items and jungle starts. Malphite up in the top lane, Mappo, he's starting with a cloth armor to get through the laning phase. And Uwada on Nautilus starting with a Doran's shield. So both showing each other some respect with defensive first items. And the game gets underway. Minions meet in the middle. And we're going to be looking at our featured matchup of the mid lane. Just some farming going on at the beginning. T-Not's going to be able to put down some real good poke with that Doran's Blade and down the bot lane. Gloider runs in for a stun but misses the proc. He's going to take a bit of damage for that. Now the Lucian matchup, piercing light coming from both Lucians, able to poke each other down a bit. And they're going to be frantically and aggressively trading in this lane. That's going to be something which is going to be really interesting to see, because in mirror matchups, one little advantage in the mirror lane, that's going to totally carry that champion through. If one Lucian gets slightly ahead, well, the other Lucian's going to find it very difficult to come back into the game. Up in the top lane, brick walls hitting brick walls. Uwada just saying, nope, I don't care. We'll share a few auto attacks and then I'll go on our separate ways. In the bot lane though, Violent taking a lot of damage, but then the stun proc from Alan Death Hunter. Gloider puts down the exhaust. Death Hunter's very low, he's got a heal. He does heal at the last second possible. The most Death with a great hook. Violent flashes in, piercing light into the auto. Gets the proc in his passive, and another stun. Most Death is low, but they can't finish him off. First blood over to the blue team. And Violent Furos is gonna be enjoying that gold. Red team given some time to recoup from what has happened. Violent Furies, he wants to push that down hard. When you get that first blood, you want to push those minions. Because when your minions hit their tower, you're going to deny their AD carry of all that farm. It's going to totally snowball his lead. In the top lane, well, it's a double tank top lane, but 3 minutes in, 3 minute 50, we see that Isaac is coming in. He's waiting around in the top lane bush, and I wonder what's going to happen. Nope. Isaac is just going to back off. He says, we're not going to dive a Malphite at level 3. That would be a bad idea. Isaac is staying around the top lane. I wonder if he can do something here. He's going to be coming closer and closer. Oh, my mistake. Isaac gets a Scuttle Crab. GG red team. For those of you who are not familiar with it, a Scuttle Crab is the new roaming jungle. It's a little crab that runs up and down the river, and when you kill it, it gives vision of Baron or Dragon and a movement speed buff. So that will be useful in the later game, definitely. Also worth noting, undeniable vision. So great for scouting out the enemy team if they're doing Baron or Dragon. After that first blood, well, Violento, he's gone back with an extra pickaxe against RJ, and boy, that's gonna hurt. When you're comparing a Doran's blade versus a Doran's and a pickaxe. Oh. But Tino has actually found Isaac in his own jungle. He's put on a lot of damage. Isaac's really gone in. Flag and drag knocks him up. He's not going on Tino. Isaac's just going to flash in and get the final kill. Wow, Ayula mode. Well, he mops it up, but Isaac isn't going to be very happy with that. Slow response from Akali, but in the end, YOLO mode, he gets the return kill and he gets the red buff, and that's going to be really important in this lane. In the bot lane, great hook by Might of Death. He's going to flare back in the tower. No, he misses the flare, but it doesn't matter. RJ Death Hunter taken down. Maybe slightly over aggressive with that pickaxe advantage. Thinks he can punish under the tower, and well, great hook by Might of Death. I wonder if that is going to turn the tide of the bot lane into RJ's favour, and ultimately into a red team win. We'll have to see later if that's a decisive moment in this game. Interestingly enough, T-Not on the Ezreal, he has gone for full AD build. It's not AP Ezreal mid. And I think that caught Isaac by surprise in the jungle. Those Qs are going to be hitting him very hard. And well, he's gone back and he's bought a Phage to be safe. Phage over Sheen is quite standard, and he'll be building that into a Triforce for tons of damage. On the second back to base, RJ managing to pick up a pickaxe in the bot lane. And that's going to even that bot lane. Both Lucians with a pickaxe and a Doran's blade. Back to square one already for the blue team. T-Not, he's dicing with death a bit down here. T-Not on low HP in the mid lane. He knows that Akali's level 6. Akali has her ultimate dash. No, my mistake, it's actually on cooldown, but when it comes up, he has to be very careful there. The jungler's meeting down mid-river. Isaac, he thinks he can get it. Flag and drag him, Rice Warrior up. Rice Warrior says, nope, having none of this. I'll take some health back off you. I'll run away. Apologies for that, sorry, a small technical problem there. Sadly, that's what happens in these streams. It's all quite new to us at the Society, but we're making it work. Back to the game. Whoa, oh, boy, have I missed something. Kills coming back. Akali picking up the kill on Ezreal. And then Ezreal getting a revenge kill onto the ganking Isaac-y. And that's going to even the scoreboard at 2-2 in kills. But the 1k gold advantage on the blue side, that's just down to the farm difference, really. Come down the bot lane. Whoa, oh, Gloider comes out with the ultimate. He wants a piece of this. Wants to get the final proc onto RJ, but RJ walks away. Isaac coming with a great counter gank. What's he going to do? He's only level 5. He doesn't have the catalysm. The source comes down onto both Violento and Isaac-y. Iolimo with a great rune. Q into ult, picks up the first kill. Can you dash onto him? Can you pick up the second kill? No, that dive's going horribly wrong. Isaac-y, what are you going to do? And actually, Isaac-y falling at the end. Tinov, he's come down for another counter gank, picks up 1 kill. RJ on a sliver of health. Unbelievable. Ultimate picks him up. Rice Warrior, does he have ultimate? Bappo Dofu with the teleport, and I'm speechless. An unbelievable team play from the blue team. They come down and they're able just to turn the fight from a 3v2 to a 4v3 to a 5v4. And, well, that made the difference. They say, well, whilst I'm down here, let's pick the dragon. Remember the dragon in patch 420? He's doing a lot of damage to Rice Warrior, but, well, Warwick in the jungle, he's able to sustain all of that up anyway. What a fantastic move from the blue team, and ultimately, it's going to cost the red team a lot. It's pushing the gold lead up to 1.5k for the blue team. And, well, Uwada, he's doing the best he can, but not known as a pushing champion in the top lane, and that's an issue. If you pick a tank in the top lane, you're not going to be able to punish them and teleport. Why am I talking? Iolimo, he dives in onto Tino, picks up the kill, but just misestimates his damage, thinks he has a bit more than he does, ends up having to dive back in, suicide in the process, but does pick up the 1-for-1. Just as expected in the mid lane, Akali is able to bully Ezreal around, but those kills that T-Not has picked up from the bot lane is sending them absolutely ahead. 5-for-2 versus 4-for-2 for YOLO mode. This game will be about the mid lane damage. Meanwhile on the bot lane, everything returns to normal just for now after that absolute crazy team fight. RJ just looking to get some farm up. 49 farm over to Violento's 55 farm. So slightly behind, but pretty much even. Down the bot lane, oh, Gloider puts the ultimate down to RJ, but once again they're diving too hard and Isaac comes in for another counter gate. Iolimo coming in for another roam. I mean, it's deja vu all over again for the blue team bot lane, and Gloider, he accepts his fate. Interestingly enough, just as what happened before, in fact, T-Not is coming down for another roam. It's all happening all over again, but I think this time T-Not won't be as fortunate to pick up the double kill. So once again, if we just recap what happened, Might of Death landing a great hook up onto Violento, and Gloider doing the best he can to protect his AD carry. However, after pushing out the lane, they leave themselves exposed, and with no wards up the river for blue team, a great roam from YOLO mode, and actually a great game from Isaac-y, puts a 4v2 situation and picks up the double kill. It does seem like we do have a disconnect there. We'll have to look into how that goes. Sadly, not playing in tournament draft, so we can't pause the game, but hopefully everyone will be back soon. Not much to say about the top lane, but in the mid lane, Yolimo jumps in again. He's going to dive him again. Oh, up, but flash ult from Rice Warrior. And the suppression from Warwick, able to really secure the kill under tower. Great play from Rice Warrior. Slightly aggressive from YOLO mode, and he pays the ultimate price. The top lane is pretty amusing here. Mappo slapping the Wild of Death, but I mean, it's a mountain versus a giant sea creature. What do you think's going to happen? Not an awful lot. Does seem like RJ Death Hunter is back with us. Brilliant. So we do have a 5v5 on our hands. Not going to be any calls of a 4v4 ruining the game. Blue team finally pushed that bot tower, able to now apply some map pressure. You're going to see the bot lane roaming up towards the mid. They want that mid lane tower too. And blue team being very systematic about how they approach these objectives. Gloida, he's waiting in the wings, and he actually pops up on the YOLO mode. If he lands also, he has one auto. They have 2 more autos to pull off the stun. But the very good invisibility from YOLO mode lets him escape. And he defends it. Isaac, he comes in to try and hold the mid tower. It takes a ton of poke in the process. And that's not going to be good for him. He has to back up. Sergeant, he's at the side. Can he land a big hook to make it? No, he's actually taking the damage. He has to flash away from the culling. The culling definitely would have finished him off. And red team have to respectfully back away from the mid tower. What a great move from blue team again. Grouping up in the mid lane after pushing bot. You see RJ in the bot lane doing his best to push, but if they don't summon someone back, blue team are going to have to take an inhibitor here. Once again, they're going right in. Isaac engages, cascades him into flag and drag. It's going absolutely crazy under tower. Tower is destroyed, that's going to stop the dive. And a mop up from the blue teams. Real strength shown from the Ezreal, 7-2 Ezreal, with a 14-minute Triforce, dishing out the damage. There we go. Point proven. Blink into Essence Flux, able to pick up the kill on Akali. But respectfully backing away, blue team say, hey, we've done enough, we've got 2 towers. They're not going to go for the inhibitor, and quite wisely so, with purple team coming back up again. Well, how has that affected the gold in the game? Let's have a look. The main difference in gold here being quite a huge difference between the mid laners. Akali on 4,500 gold, Ezreal on 6,700 gold, and 1,700 in his pocket. We're going to see Ezreal go back to lane. T-Noc's going to pick up a pretty big item, I think. Maybe a BF sword. And that is going to be very painful for the blue team. Otherwise, normality returns to the Rift, just for a brief moment. Blue buff's going to be coming up. Blue buff's going to be pretty important for the purple team here. There's going to be a lot of pings going down around it. And a great deep ward. If we just have a look at that deep ward. What a great deep ward in the blue buff by... of purple team by blue team. That's going to have to spot it out from a mile away. Up at the top lane, Uwada, well, he wants to have a fight, but he has no mana. And that's going to be difficult for him. Mappo's thinking, can he do anything? Nope. Respectfully, he's going to back out. I think Uwada's actually doing a clever bait in here, because, wow, it might be too much though, because Mappo's managed to ult into the queue. Will he have overcommitted himself? Great baiting from Uwada. Isaac comes in. Surely this is a dead mouse fight. Flag and drag, knocks him up. Ayolamo says, I think I'm going to pick up another kill. But, well, in the meantime, what our cameras didn't catch was just the power of this Warwick. Rice Warrior saying, you're going to be top lane, we're going to take the dragon. And the second dragon for the blue team is going to be 15% extra damage to minions, which is going to help them push through the mid lane just as we're seeing here. Pings and pings. Will the Ezreal not be able to stop the backs? Ooh, it just doesn't spike them off, but this is going to cost them. Red team ganking top, they're going to lose another tower threat. RJ respecting the realm ultimate and saying, I've got to flash out of here. Teleport coming in from Uwada. He's very low HP though, I wonder what he can do here. Isaac engaged with the Peppers and Uwada is not in a good situation to go in, and actually Isaac gets blown up. An over-aggressive engage from red team, they're not even on full HP. It's all going wrong for them here. Unbelievable, a 17-minute inhibitor going to go down. Blue team could win the game here possibly. 20 seconds on 4 of the members of purple team. This is going to be a close one. What can Sergeant do to defend it? He's trying the best he can, but fresh your hooks aren't hurting enough. And actually the Mode of Death gets caught up in the ground. Can he get finished off? He gets finished off. Isaac comes back in, already respawned, and actually, well, maybe blue team stayed a bit long. They're going to have to back out here. Carly now up. We know once she gets the resets, she's going to be very scary, but an unbelievable move from blue team. Just showing again, great map control. They see the gank coming in the top lane, they see the 3 of red team in the top lane, and they say, we'll take the dragon, and then we'll push him in. And actually, it's 1 Nexus tower at 17 minutes. That's pretty unheard of. The real question here is, what can purple team do to get back into this game? They're 10,000 gold behind, 9,000 gold behind, and it's not looking pretty for them. A lot of their gold has funneled into their Kali, and, well, Iola mode, he's done the best he can, but the amount of CCs on the blue team is going to make it very hard for Akali to be impactful. Gloida may have caught someone here. Uwada takes the hook out, but lands a second slow, one more auto to make the stun. Mappo doesn't want to use Unstoppable Force yet. Really wants to save that for a juicy tug, such as Iola mode or maybe RJ. But we do expect Unstoppable Force to be pretty key in these team fights. Super minions pummeling down the mid lane, going to make it very hard for red team to defend. Akali calling GG well played in the chat already, maybe slightly demoralising the purple team. But nothing is impossible. 9k gold behind, stranger things have happened. If you're just tuning in, this is the UCLU Rainbow League in-house tournament every Saturday. And this is our game number 1 of the night. We're going to have many more games to come tonight. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. It's going to be great. At the current moment, blue team are in the lead, led by the Diamond Captain Vice Warrior. And they're looking like they're going to pick up the points this week. Those points will help go towards a prize at the end of the year. And we have some pretty juicy prizes for our society. We're taking death sentence, but Unstoppable Force coming in to polish off Nautilus. And Uwaka, well, he's tanky, but he's just not tanky enough with that Spirit Visage. Blue team, they're taking the strategical route and taking every single outer turret. The Vice Warrior comes in with the suppression, picks off Akali. Unfortunately, it looks like this game is only ending one way. Tino taking some damage from the new laser beam. For those of you not familiar with the new patch, inhibitor turrets now do have laser. Great hook by Might of Death. He's going to catch him out of the tower, and Violent Furious has tech able to get out of that. Ice Cube comes in, thinking he can mop it up, but ending up taking a lot of damage, taking an exhaust, having to flash out. Can the Might of Death do anything to protect his team? Tino, well, he's tanking the tower, they don't really care. RJ's going to pick up 1 kill, but it's not going to be enough, and Ice Warrior causing havoc at enemy lines. He's going to die for his boldness there, but he has got his team to inhibitor turret. And that's a second inhibitor turret. Flash from Iola mode, he wants this kill. He gets 1 dash. Gloida sacrificing himself like every good support should to save his AD carry. In the meantime of all that fight happening, super minions have pushed another tower. Possibly the second Nexus tower. Let's adjust our cameras and have a look. There we go. Super minions have pushed the second Nexus tower. And that leaves the red team base totally exposed. Red team really spending all their resources into just killing these minions, and I wouldn't be surprised if the blue team do go for a Baron here. Having another look at the builds, and well, looking at just the goal difference in the teams is getting too much now. Lucian versus Lucian mirror matchup. When Violento, he gets that extra item and the Yomu's Ghostblade, it just makes him so much more powerful than the other Lucian. They have the same abilities, but one does more damage, and that's going to be very difficult for RJ to deal with. Meanwhile, some deep wards coming down from Mappo. He wants to establish a presence on the top side of the jungle. Luckily, red team's inhibitor coming up soon. That's going to give them some respite. The Nexus won't be exposed to a backdoor, and as long as they defend those 3 inhibitors, well, they actually can't lose the game. Easier said than done though, huh? Might of Death clearing out some vision. They find the pink one in their jungle, but Iron Man, he's been caught! Great ult from Vice Warrior, and well, a slight misplay from Iola mode, but really trying to make the most of a bad situation. Looking into this fight, well, it's not going to be a team fight anyway, but there we go. One left for red team. Might of Death, he's running away. Team fight mode not going to show us much there, but well, the catch, that may be the game-defining catch. Let's just have a look at what happened. Clearing out some vision, Iola mode gets pounced on by Warwick, combined with the Gloida ultimate. From this point, it's going back from bad to worse. Uwado, he comes in, he gets caught. Ozaki, Unstoppable Force goes 300 and he gets bursted. RJ Death Eater are coming from all sides of the jungle, and that may lead to the end of the game. Let's see the live. There we go. Second inhibitor going to be going down for red team. It is looking like an unassailable task at this point. Will Blue Team try to finish here? No. They're going to back off. That team fight did lead them to an 18k gold lead, which is, well, one of the biggest you'll see, really. I don't know many teams who've come down from 18k, and to tell you the truth, if Blue Team get the third inhibitor, that's going to be an absolute storm of super minions. For those of you who don't know, getting the third inhibitor makes 2 super minions spawn in each wave, in each lane. That's 6 super minions smashing into red team every wave, and, oh, they won't even need them. Gloider running straight up to the turret, he's up to the Nexus, because I don't need to bother. T-Not, he's getting some damage down. Great jump from Isaac. Isaac actually takes out T-Not, their carry. Can they mop up some more before everyone else comes? Rice Warrior, well, he's cleaning up. Mafu teleports in, to turn the tables. It was a good idea from Isaac, but just not the strength to execute the rest of the move. Fight to death, he might improve his KDA here. Can he flay Rice Warrior into the laser? No. GG, well played. A victorious Blue Team takes down the Nexus to win the first game of Rainbow.